have people know what it was he was experiencing. Of course, again, he went the wrong route, but he was feeling that, well, let me show the world what I'm feeling, what I'm experiencing. And again, we're talking about someone who's not rational, who's not in their first mind right now.
Right.
So by him leaving that message on social media, it's kind of like one of those things of, I'm leaving you guys a warning. This is what I'm going through. If you find yourself going through this, get help. Although he didn't say that, but, you know, me in my mind frame, I'm looking at it that way. And again, it's just my own personal opinion. Again, I don't agree with anything that this gentleman did. There were so many other routes he could have taken.
Too many.
So many other courses.
Too many.
Like one, he could have got psychological help because of all the pressure he was feeling at the time, you know. Yes, it's not fair that, you know, you as someone who wants to be a responsible father, again, from my observation and all the things he was going through, he was only thinking about his situation. I'm being put in a situation where the pressure is too great for me to handle as a man. My mental capacity is not there. So he could have gone to see a psychiatrist to help get through the situation. 2, he could have took the legal route. Like you and I were talking earlier. When you find yourself in a situation like that, you have to document everything, meaning what time you picked your kids up, what time you dropped them off. If you bought them a damn candy bar, you got to keep the receipt for that. Anytime you gave her money for child support or any type of support, and make it a damn money order. I mean, there are all kinds of things he could have did right there. Another route he could have did was, one, besides the legal help, just pay the damn child support and move. And I know that it sucks that you have to give up your kids, but your mental health is the best help you can have for yourself.
Yeah, clearly.
And again, they're just options. But he chose an option that says, okay, if I'm going to get out of this situation, I'm going to get out of this situation for good. But before I go, I'm going to eliminate the sources of my pain, which, of course, were the 2 females that he felt were the source of his pain. Wrong way to go. Wrong way to go. Because not only did you hurt your family, you hurt their families. No matter were they good women or bad women, you didn't have the right to take them away from their families.
All right.
Not only that, you didn't have the right to take them away from their kids. You're just wrong on so many different levels. But of course, we're in a society now where mental health is still kind of like one of those things that's not really put on the forefront or the front street and talked about like that, especially within our communities. And that's the real tragedy about it.
You know, when it comes to seeking help, you know, as you were saying, and stuff like that, it's more on the forefront now, but in my opinion, it's too trendy. And I'm not knocking that it's trendy, but at the same time, I'm kind of disappointed that it's trendy. It's, you know, especially in our communities. But the thing about it is that should have been his first option, seek help. I know as men, especially men of color, it's a ego thing, it's a pride thing, but you know, when you look at the totality of this situation and similar situations, your ego and your pride are going to be tested regardless, regardless. And your emotions. The other thing about that though is I keep going back to what did he contribute to the situation? Because you brought up a lot of great points that we discussed earlier. You know, seek help, get legal help. You know, pay your child support and just remove yourself from the situation. There were so many avenues that he could have taken, like you said. A lot of people, a lot of men, especially who don't pay attention to the cycle of life when it comes to having children with at a young age, or having children with a woman that you don't plan on being with. A lot of men do not take that entire situation into account when they out here hopping from bed to bed, woman to woman, and all this other type of stuff. Because it's all fun and games until somebody say I'm pregnant. Now it's, oh man, you know, But then again, you as a man, you have to look at what you contributed to that situation. This gentleman, he said he was going through it. I wasn't in his head. I wasn't close to his situation. But the thing is, and as you said, and I'll echo what you said, you could have sought legal help. If this woman or these women were coming at you a certain way, to me personally, that tells me that you were either not doing what you were supposed to be doing or acting irrationally that made them respond that way. Of course, it could have been a different situation to where they were taunting him. Who knows? But at the end of the day, if you're handling your responsibility, you're not acting irrationally, it doesn't matter what they say, because at the end of the day, you know, you being a man about yours, and you know, you got your head together, and all you got to do is document the facts. Go get you a lawyer. If you can't afford one, get you a public defender. You know, the help is there. I just don't understand why we don't utilize the help that's there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there are all kind of resources out here. We as people, sometimes I think we forget that the sources are there.
Mm-hmm.
We're so busy going through it and trying to handle, you know, our day-to-day life that we forget everything we need is just our fingertips away.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the internet is a beautiful thing if you use it. I promise you it is. It can be a MF or two now.
Boy, can it.
Believe it.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can.
So you really got to be mindful about how you use this thing, man. It's just like a gun, you know what I mean? Like you can use it to protect yourself and protect people, but you can also use it to damn destroy yourself too.
Yeah.
But the information is out here, man.
Mm-hmm.
People just aren't willing to take the time to pause and say, you know what? Let me see what I need to do. What are my steps that I can take to help myself, or what, you know, precautions I can, you know, look into as far as like protecting myself. What can I do? I've had some of my homeboys deliberately go down to, you know, child support office and put themselves on child support. because they're smart enough to realize if I do it, it's going to go more in my favor than if I wait for her to do it. Because if she do it, she going to stress that I'm making all kinds of goddamn money and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. It just brings a bad representation of you before you even get there.
Right.
So, I find nothing wrong with a man going to child support services and putting yourself on there. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You're actually doing yourself a favor in the long run. Yeah. I'll tell you one case that was very high profile at the time was when 50 Cent went and put himself on child support. That was a fiasco.
I bet it was. I know she was hot.
Yeah, she was hot. She was like, he's a multi-millionaire. He's supposed to be paying this. He's supposed to be paying that. But, state laws are state laws. So it was a smart move on his part.
Yeah. Yeah, man. The resources are out there, man. They are seriously out there. One just has to be willing to utilize the resources. But we're gonna take a quick break because I want to expand on that. But it's the King and I Life podcast. It's me, Soul Touch the Poet, and my brother up in his joint.
So Lex.
And we shall return. I think we're gonna title this episode Breaking Points.
Yes, sir.
We'll be back.
For sure.